We got we got a nice stack of comics today. I think I didn't start playing recording right away, so jumping all over the place. But yeah, nice rainy day. I figured I'd get through some of these. Yeah, the stack's probably about 3 times that size, so maybe I can get 2 or 3 episodes out of this. Hopefully, I can remember them. It's stuff I read over the past 2 weeks, so on and off. But starting out with a really fun old one. Have fun with Binky's buddies. I picked up this one on eBay because the hockey cover. I bought I think it was a 5 comic lot that you may have seen the unpacking, unboxing for. I was happy with that. This one did actually have the hockey story in it, so I wasn't just getting a cover image because sometimes that happens, especially with some of the older comics. But the first story is about some guys getting into playing hockey because girls were saying that they thought hockey players are cool. So the guys join up and join the school hockey team, but they're so bad that they had them become the Class C team. They're not the varsity or the junior varsity. They're the JVB squad, I guess you'd call them. But they're the C team, and the C team ends up playing against girls. Yeah, girls kick their butt, of course. It was a fun story. You got Buzzy and Puppy Love. And the funny thing about this is, that people that did this. Let's see, who are we dealing with for creators? Uh, okay, I will have to have glasses on for this because this stuff's really tiny. Uh, they don't have anybody written down on the storyline there. Come on, they gotta have something. Let's see this. Lee Ryder visits his uncle. Lee Ryder. All the advertisements back then were fun little comic stories, also for some Lee jeans. I find somewhere it's got to have the draw, the artist, the writer, anybody. I mean, editor, anything. But they're obsessed with B names. I mean, there's Benny, Barry, Binky, and all that. And that the next story was in where there's a will. We have a character that is trying to go on a date with one girl. She doesn't give him the go ahead. So he ends up making a date with another girl because the original one he wanted to date couldn't go on a date with him because she had to work. But then the new girl that he ended up getting to go on a date with ended up being the other girl's boss. So because she was going on a date, she had to cancel the work thing. So then the original girl became available. So then he went back to her and tried to get back to a date with her because that's who he originally wanted to date. And it just goes back and forth. You can imagine how the fun little romance thing goes. Yeah, Binky's girl Peggy. This is just a quick one page beach style story. Those two hanging out on the beach, and then we got Leave It to Binky and Beach Dummy, and yeah, this one's where a couple guys are competing for a girl, and there's kind of like a lifeguard style thing going on or something because Binky ended up doing some lifeguard test and failed the one where he had to swim a long ways while wearing clothes. But then there's this character that's against Binky that's trying to get the girl and trying to make Binky look stupid in front of the girl because the girl liked Binky more than anybody else. So he, this other character finds a dummy, throws the dummy in a lake, and does the little help, help thing. But the girl realizes that it's the other guy's voice. So she knew he set up Binky. But yeah, he does that, and then he does some other stuff with the dummy at Binky's home and tries to mess with him and stuff. If you like Archie comics, that's a great. This would be a fun one. I'd like to get some more of these, but yeah, it's like Binky, Benny, Bobby, lots of B named characters. I really wish I could. I mean, I'm not seeing anywhere where they have writer. And you got editor Carmen Infantino as the editor. But other than that, I'm not seeing nothing. That is just driving me nuts. But yeah, did they not put down the people that worked on these trying? A lot of comics back in those days. I mean, we had the one creator on our show that I ended up getting his first comic he ever did and didn't have anybody mentioned, artist, writer, editorial, anything mentioned on theirs either. But yeah, none of these give you. I don't see anything anywhere where they show writer, artist, creator, editor, and the editor we got. But yeah, that sucks. But it is from DC Comics. Not sure. And definitely a big Archie feel to it. So I would think Archie Comics, but no, that's through DC, which DC's done other stuff for other companies. But yeah, we got Blood Hunt 3 and Blood Hunt. I got the polybags keep sticking to them. Blood Hunt 3 and Blood Hunt 4. Getting further into the storyline with Blade and Dracula competing for each other. Jed McKay, Pepe Larraz, Marte Gracia, and VC's Corey Petit. Lots of characters that we're dealing with in this storyline being the main storyline, and then you can get all the single storylines for each of the character comics if you want to follow this. I want to get the whole storyline, but it's going to be going on for a little bit, so I want to wait till they have a collected version of it. But I decided I'd get the first 5 Blood Hunts. They're already working on the second storyline already, so yeah, I'm glad I didn't jump on all the side ones, even though there were some pretty cool covers that I wanted to pick up, but that's why I hope I can get the collected version of having all the covers. But you got Tigra, Hunter's Moon, Blade, Spider-Man, Bloodline, Clea, Doctor Strange, Dracula, Black Panther, Scarlet Witch, Vision, Iron Man, Thor, Captain Marvel, Captain America, Bloodstorm 1, Snake Eater, Cruel, Damascene, and Unusual. I don't know who these people are. Cruel and Unusual, I hope, are team because that their names work great for it. We get to see more of what Blade is planning. We get to see what happens when the Avengers let Blade's daughter know what's going on because she doesn't know that her dad's the head of the bad organization. You get to see them fight with some of the vampire sect to try and get some stuff that they're trying to get for cures, and also to basically wipe out all the baddies and fix everything that's going on. Yeah, this is a strong storyline. I really like this. I'm sure the little off runs are just as great. But yeah, and if you're into vampires, the Blood Hunt run definitely interesting. Lots of ways it's going, and pretty interesting storyline behind it. Hey, kind of weird when you see Blade being the bad guy and stuff, working with the vampires and all that. 2 squirrels going around and round and round and around the tree trunks, just chasing each other. Yeah, but and it's raining out, so it must be the 2 younger squirrels, and they're just playing with each other, fighting over the couple dry pieces of food they can find. But yeah, check out Blood Hunt, Marvel Comics. If you're into that, we got Geiger, issue 3. I was really looking forward to this one. We got I'll give you the basics here. A devoted husband and father, Tariq Geiger was stricken by a debilitating cancer. Desperate to be there for his family, Tariq fought the disease as hard as he could. When the mysterious conflict known as the Unknown War erupted and the bombs fell, Tariq was caught in the fallout and transformed into the Glowing Man. After discovering his family did not survive, this nuclear nomad walks the irradiated United States looking for any excuse to share his rage with evildoers he deems deserving. And then previously in other issues, now joined by a redemption-seeking Nate the Nuclear Knight, which is really annoying. I wish he'd die or separate from him. That guy never shuts up, gets him in trouble constantly. Excuse me. Uh, felt that one coming on. Uh, hopefully I didn't get it all over my comic. Yeah. That was only a 2 sneezer. Usually it's 4. It used to be 3. Body's changing with age. But he's joined by that Nuclear Knight character, and Geiger pursues a rumor of a potential cure for his condition while being pursued by enemies of all kinds. But now Geiger has a name and location to find this cure. And the main reason I was looking forward to this issue is they mentioned in the last issue that we might see something with Junkyard Joe, and it starts out with the Junkyard Joe story right away, which is awesome. I love that they did that. I'm hoping Junkyard Joe somehow ends up hooking up with Geiger, maybe helping Geiger out. But yeah, we get to see things that are in the future and stuff, things from the past, all kinds of things going on. But our characters end up going to a library. Geiger's looking for a book that was lost, and he's into reading, so he picks up some other books. Some things happen. The knight won't shut up about the books. Uh, we get some interesting characters, like a 2-headed monstrous character coming after him, attacking him. Uh, and then we get to find out the history, why he's into a certain book and stuff, and learn more about his family and everything. We have some problems with these characters going after Geiger's 2-headed dog. Some entities are trying to do what they can to get at Geiger, so they're going after everybody else. So you can imagine what's happening along the way with all that. But love that story. Just such a fun, brand new storyline, brand new group of characters. Don't know what happened to Rook. I don't know if it was just a 3-issue run. I haven't seen any other ones available to buy. So I don't know if the next issue I'm getting is the end of the story for Rook. But it's like Redcoat's going on still. Geiger's going on. We got the other new ones coming pretty soon here. And I was just really surprised that Rook kind of dropped where it is. I'm just not really sure. I'll have to look at what my last issue is that I got coming. We got Get Fury. I didn't realize this was from Max Comics. That makes sense. I always like the Max Comics line from Marvel. They put out some pretty strong stuff out there. But this is by Garth Ennis, Jason Burrows, Guillermo Ortega, and Nolan Woodard. But find out more history. We got our little narrator character telling us what's going on in Vietnam. It's 1971, and Colonel Nick Fury has been captured by the Viet Cong. The CIA can't risk one of their most informed. Suppose I got. I didn't realize that my thing didn't. I thought I turned the TV off in the back. I guess not. Uh, he's undergoing interrogation, and with fury deep in enemy territory, any hope for extraction is beyond remote, so the agency must turn to more extreme measures. Someone is needed to get into the most hostile location on Earth and somehow take out the most valuable intelligence asset without notice. There's only one man for the job, Captain Frank Castle. And yeah, they want Frank Castle to take out Nick Fury. And so his information doesn't get out there, but then we also find out that there's a whole little CIA military coup type thing going on. There you got, I mean, if you know anything about Vietnam back in the day, you're dealing with all the drug running and all that going on and all the illegalities along with the war, which if they would have paid more attention in the war, maybe the war would have got solved instead of uh, ended up going on forever and then there's no winner in the end. There's no winner in any war, but still, I mean, it's just really all those people die for no reason, no outcome, nothing, and then these higher ups are just making tons of money off death and drugs and everything else. Forgot to mention, I mean, if you don't know, with the Geiger being Image Comics, it's Geoff Johns, Gary Frank, Brad Anderson, and Rob Lay from the unnamed group of creators. Uh, yeah, this is interesting where it's going. I'm not too big on it. The story kind of took a dive, and it's kind of getting drawn out. Too much story and not enough action. I mean, I don't even know if I think we maybe seen Frank for a second in this issue. We don't really get too much. Well, no, we do get him arriving in Vietnam and getting set up and stuff like that. But yeah, it doesn't get into any action or nothing. And it's like I think the original run was supposed to be 5 issues, and then they bumped it up to 6, possibly, or it was supposed to be 6. But I don't know why I would have jumped on it if I knew it was a 6 issue run, and I would have probably waited for the trade because in the long run it's cheaper. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think they bumped it up an issue as the thing came out because they probably had a lot of people interested in issue 1, and once they get to issue 2 and 3, they might not be. We'll see. I'm hoping next issue has to pick up. We got to see some action going on with Frank Castle. All right, Gunslinger number 32. We got the Gunslinger working on a area, of course, is Todd McFarlane and Carlo Barbera. Uh, basically trying to find information out about one of his enemies that found a way to escape the past and end up in this timeline where the Gunslinger Spawn is now. And he goes to a bank to try and deposit some money or get an account set up so he can find out who runs the bank because from information it should be the character that he's after. His ride, the lady that hooked up with him and has been helping him out, is kind of tired of all his crap and hurt him not listening to her, going off the rails and stuff, saying things that he shouldn't that could cause problems in the future for him. But he gets the information he needs. He does what he does with to go after the guy, and we find out all kinds of information about this other character. And so there's going to be some problems for the Gunslinger in the near future. I don't know if this is the last issue I had coming because I said I dropped off it for a while, but we will see. See if I have another one coming. I don't mind the storyline. I don't mind the artwork and everything. It just got so strange how we went from a big war story to back to the old time hunting the people down, and now we're finding out that other beings are being affected by everything that's going on since the realms have been closed. We're finding out about these other characters that made their way here somehow. And I'm sure we'll find out more information about them in the next issue. If you get it, I don't know if I have it coming or not. I'm pretty sure this is probably my last one that's coming that I pre-ordered, but we'll see. I'll pick up the rest in a bargain bin some year. Yeah, I hate Fairyland or Buck Fairyland. This is, of course, Scotty Young, Brett Bean, and Jean Francis Bellew. Uh, our girl is Gert is dealing with evil Gerts still, but we have or not the evil Gerts. Oh yeah, they are evil Gerts. They're let's see, what are they called? They don't have, but these things were created back a few issues ago, and now they're all hunting Gert. All these weird kind of Shrek style Gerts that are attacking her, and we get to see this other minion that ends up helping Gert out, and we find out that this character is from Gert's past, and we get more of that. Yeah, I don't want to give away who the character is by showing the pictures, but yeah, they work together and try and get rid of these evil Gerts, and they got to do some special things to Gert to use her to go after the other ones. They got a MS hug starting, where your chest just locks up and starts crushing you like grizzly bear. Grape ape is wrapping his arms around you and squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. Little sips of ice cold water can sometimes help me break it loose a little. He'll take a sip, he'll relieve a little bit of it, and it comes back twice as hard. And it sucks. But yeah, let's get through this with one more comic, then I'll call it for this round. Take a break and try and get that. Really painful. Squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. Break it loose a little bit, and it starts squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. No, I'm burping because I'm doing try. But yeah, MS hugs suck. This is a baby of one, but they still suck. But yeah, they have to use Gert kind of like in a Star Wars manner. We get some parody type stuff in this issue. But yeah, she is. They have an idea to do something with her to take out all those evil Gerts, and you get to see what they end up doing. And then the final one we'll talk about today is Lester of the Lesser Gods, number 2 of 3. This one takes us back to some of the early storylines. I didn't realize that the mall and everything that they're battling in many storylines back ends up turning into this funky tower castle thing, and they have these evil minions. But this is by Eric Powell, Lucky Yates, and Gideon Kendall. And yeah, we got this evil entity that's got all these little minions with them, and they parody off Mad Max Road Warrior stuff in here. There's a good variety of parodies in this book. Uh, I felt like there was some Fallout parody, a lot of post-apocalyptic stuff, but yeah, our Odin's son. It's hard to show pictures because these creatures run around with their dingling hanging out. So yeah, I can't really show these pictures, but our Odin character infiltrates the enemy's lair as one of the big old goblin type characters by skinning a goblin and wearing his skin over his body, but he's a fat character, and the character that he got skin from was a skinny character, so it's all ripped out and stuff, and you got the dingling dangling it. But yeah, this was really funny. I liked how it went. We also go into where the one of the main evil characters just so happens to be, I'll call him the pinball wizard, but it's a parody on King of Kong, I think it was. The guy that broke the record, but then we find out later that he did some cheating and stuff uh, to get the record and that he got, and it just they play on all that in here and parody it. We get parodies of Plants vs Zombies. You can see the geek minions that attack him are all dressed up like the Plant vs Zombies smart characters, the geek zombies. I love. I didn't. It didn't click, and I'm just. This is gonna be the last panel show of it, but it didn't click until the end of the story. Yeah, I can't show that side. I'll just show this side. But we got this big blue cat character with a blonde guy's head on his shoulders. Well, later on, I realized Masters of the Universe parody and seeing what they're doing with that one. But yeah, and then what the one character the old lady turns into in the end of it. It's hilarious. But yeah, that has definitely picked up. Lester of the Lesser Gods. The first issue was second issue a little bit better, a little stronger. This one definitely was fun. I had a lot of fun with this one. I think you could miss the other ones. Jump on this one if you wanted to, and just know that it all started as him being the son of Odin and a human lady. Uh, he ended up getting some powers. He was given some weaponry and stuff when he found out who he was, and then he's just been on a rampage to do good. And the stories have been funner and funner as they went along, and this one's definitely at the top. So check those out. Hopefully you've seen something you want to pick up. We'll be back with more of these and unpackings and all kinds of stuff in the near future. So keep an eye out for those on Under the Cull of MS. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us those likes. It's I got like last month, I want to say 600 some views on my videos, but I only got 120 subscribers. So it's like if all those people that viewed them would just click subscribe, they don't have to watch my stuff constantly, I'd have probably over 500 subscribers right now. So if you are watching this, just click that subscribe button. Help me out. You don't have to actually watch the stuff. Just put me in your subscription list so I can get those boosts on YouTube and those likes. Subscribe and like are the two most important things you can do. But other than that, check out Crimson Color Comic Club, and we will be back with more of these soon. All right, bye.